In a small Yoruba village, surrounded by the lush forest of the southwest, there lived a young boy named Akin. His skin was the color of rich earth, and his eyes held the spark of untold stories. Yet, despite his innocent charm, Akin was shrouded in the heavy cloak of his mother's disdain. Akin's mother, Yewanda, was a woman of striking beauty but harbored a heart that had grown cold and bitter. She looked upon Akin not with the warmth of maternal love, but with a resentment that poisoned their home. The villagers whispered of a curse, a dark cloud that had settled over Yewanda's heart the day Akin was born. One fateful night, when the moon was but a sliver in the sky, Yewanda's wrath reached its peak. In a fit of rage, she cast Akin out of their home, condemning him to wander the wilderness alone. With tears that mirrored the stars above, Akin embarked on a journey into the unknown. Days turned to weeks, and Akin's feet carried him far from the village of his birth. He wandered through towns and cities, each step a testament to his resilience. And though the world was vast and daunting, Akin's spirit remained unbroken. As destiny would have it, Akin's wanderings led him to this very kingdom. His noble demeanor and kind heart did not go unnoticed by the royal guards, who brought him before the king and queen. As they gazed upon the boy, a recognition sparked in their souls, a mother's intuition, a father's hope. As they gazed upon the boy, a recognition sparked in their souls, a mother's intuition, a father's longing. The queen, her eyes pools of sorrow, whispered, "Could it be? Our lost prince returned to us?" The king, though cautious, saw something familiar in Akin's eyes, the same spark that had once danced in their son's gaze. He beckoned Akin closer, studying the curve of his jaw, the way he held himself with quiet dignity. "Who are you, young man?" the king asked, his voice a blend of hope and trepidation. Akin bowed low, his heart pounding. "I am Akin," he replied. "A wanderer, a seeker of stories." The queen stepped forward, her fingers trembling as she touched Akin's cheek. "Your eyes," she murmured. "They hold the secrets of our lost prince." And so, the truth unfolded. Akin was indeed their son, the prince who had vanished without a trace. Yewanda's curse, fueled by jealousy and bitterness, had cast him out into the world. But fate had guided him back, across forests and rivers, to the very kingdom he was destined to rule. Yewanda, now aged and frail, was brought before the king and queen. Her eyes met Akin's, and in that moment, a lifetime of regret washed over her. She had hated him, resented his existence, but now faced the consequences of her actions. "Why?" Akin asked, his voice steady. "Why did you despise me, mother?" Yewanda's lips trembled. "Because you were the embodiment of everything I lacked," she confessed. "Your innocence, your connection to nature, it reminded me of my own lost purity. I couldn't bear it." The king and queen exchanged a glance. Forgiveness hung in the air, fragile as a spider's silk. Akin stepped closer to Yewanda, his hand reaching out. "Mother," he said, "we have both suffered. But love can heal even the deepest wounds." And in that moment, beneath the moon's gentle gaze, Yewanda's heart thawed. She took her son's hand, and the curse that had plagued their family for years began to unravel. Akin forgave her, and in that forgiveness, they found redemption. From that day forth, Akin ruled with compassion and wisdom. The forest whispered his name, and the villagers rejoiced. And Yewanda, once a bitter woman, learned that love could transform even the darkest corners of the soul. And so, in the small Yoruba village, surrounded by lush forest, a new chapter began, one of healing, forgiveness, and the enduring power of a mother's love.